Now, at this point, up to this point, the southernmost colonies were the Carolinas. Now remember, the Carolinas were kind of a not very strongly settled colony. They were just kind of an overflow for different groups, and they were kind of there on the frontier. Now south of that was Florida. It was owned by the Spanish, and this caused a lot of conflicts. It was kind of a battleground between the Spanish people, the Spanish settlers, and the English settlers. So between that is the area of Georgia. Now, in order to kind of help that, the king was willing to let a philanthropist named James Oglethorpe go and start a new colony south of the Carolinas called Georgia. Now, James Oglethorpe, this was his idea. He thought that he could go start a colony in the Americas, and he could take the people that maybe weren't very welcome in England. He wanted to take the people who were very, very poor, or the people who had been convicted of crimes and were in prison, but kind of needed a chance at a new life. He strongly believed that if these people were given a chance at a new life, they would thrive and flourish. So he got the charter from the king to go start Georgia at the south end of the colonies. Now the king didn't think much of this. He just thought that this would be a good way to kind of put these people in between the people he really cared about, the colonies that he really cared about in Spain, kind of as a buffer to help stop the fighting or help protect them from the fighting from the Spanish. But James Oglethorpe really felt like he could go and give people a second chance on life and help them grow. So he took the people over there. These were people who were really poor or were in debtor's prison or had been convicted of small crimes, and he just thought that they needed a new chance on life. He took them over. Now he set up very, very strict laws about what you would do if you lived in his colony. His colony was very strict. So consequently, it didn't attract many people because not everybody wanted to follow the rules that he set up. So because of that, it kind of struggled and really had a hard time really gaining ground on James Oglethorpe's idea. Some people came, but it didn't really become the thriving second chance type of a colony that James Oglethorpe wanted it to be. But it did provide some safety for the rest of the colonies, and in the end really kind of became an extension of South Carolina. As South Carolina grew, the people moved farther and farther south and began to settle into Georgia. And that's what made Georgia really kind of stick as a colony. And it did. It provided safety between the Carolinas and the Spanish. So Georgia, very, very late colony, the last of the original 13 colonies that was settled, set up to kind of be a safety place by the king, set up to kind of be a place for people who were poor and needed a second chance at life by the settler, James Oglethorpe. He didn't really succeed probably as much as he wanted to, but the colony eventually did become successful and became the last of the 13 colonies.